Okay everybody, welcome back to the channel. And today, I would like to take a look at the NECA Defenders of the Earth action figures. Figures 1, 2, and 3, that being the Phantom, Flash Gordon, and Ming the Merciless, have all started to hit store shelves. And seeing the promo images of these figures, well, I just had to get a set for myself. And indeed I did. You can see that I actually even got the store shelf display box. How could I not? The thing just looks so cool. It is so retro looking. Now, if the card art for these figures looks familiar, well, that's because it is. It's been given a heaping dose of inspiration by the original Galoob Defenders of the Earth action figure line. Even the back of the card has been designed to evoke that nostalgic feel of the original Defenders of the Earth action figures. I also think it's interesting that they redesigned the NECA logo to look like the old school Galoob logo.
Defenders of the Earth. They got here just in time because evil Ming the Merciless is about to turn the Earth into a frozen snow cone! Until the arrival of Flash Gordon, American hero.
I'll melt Ming's muscle.
Flash's laser works, and Mandrake and Phantom give Ming a 1-2 punch.
Ming, you're all wet.
Defenders of the Earth action figures with Power Punch sold separately from Galoob.
Defenders of the Earth.
But I really think that this resealable window box packaging is incredibly attractive. Each one's got a really fantastically illustrated image of the character down in the bottom left, a burst in the right corner that shows exactly what you get in the package with each one, while the back showcases the Defenders of the Earth logo. Our duty is clear. The time is now. Fate has decreed that we are the Defenders of the Earth. There's also a cross-sell down below that with the 3 figures that we're reviewing today, as well as Mandrake the Magician and Lothar. Below that we have the team of people who were involved in making these figures a reality, as well as a short bio for each different character. As they're flashing on the screen, you can feel free to pause those if you'd like to. But we didn't come here to talk about the packaging, we came here to take them out and have a look at them. And that's exactly what we're doing right now. Now, I just want to let everybody know that before I set the figures up like this, as you see before you, I actually took boiling water and heated up the figures. That way I could make sure that none of their joints for their knees, elbows, toes, anywhere really, snapped when I tried to use the articulation points. Some people have taken these very figures out of the packaging, tried to move their limbs, and they've actually snapped off. And some people say, well, that's your fault. You should know that NECA figures, they can snap like that. You know you gotta boil them or use a hairdryer to, heat up the joints. No, that's on NECA. NECA needs to manufacture figures with articulation points that can actually be used without the fear of them breaking simply by moving them. Don't victim blame the customers. This is NECA's fault squarely. But now that I've got all these figures safely boiled and articulated, let's have a look at them all individually, starting with figure number 1, the Phantom. So, little known fact about the Phantom, he actually was first intended to be a gray character and not the purple that he ended up becoming. A colorist one day just decided, I'm gonna color him in purple. And then it just kind of stuck. I mean, thankfully, I think purple is a great color for him. Now, one thing I really like about the Phantom figure, and really all of the NECA blank body buck male action figures, because yes, these really are just the exact same naked male body buck repeatedly used. Even the line for the trunks right here is exactly the same. The only real difference with these figures being the paint deco is that every muscle is just so defined. I mean, look at those big fat neck muscles on these guys. And you know what? I feel like the paint job really brings out and accentuates this totally roided out body that the Phantom has, and all the rest of them will as well. Phantom does have a few unique details to him. The belt is something that nobody else has, and both of his rings on each of his hands there, they're also unique to the character. And of course the head sculpt is as well. You'd have a hard time reusing this. It looks really good. I'm happy with the shading, I'm happy with the paint applications. This looks like the Phantom. Now I'm going to wait to do the articulation until we've looked at all the figures, and then I'm going to kind of do the articulation with all of them together. And then here's Zuffy. I don't know who Zuffy is. Like, not at all. I haven't a clue. Hey Google, who is Zuffy? Not Duffy.
According to Wikipedia,
No.
Ken Duffy, known
That's
by her
not who I...
surname,
Wait,
is a lead singer.
Hey, Google. Who is Zuffy from The Phantom?
Kira Duffy.
No,
According to
that's not who I want.
Kira-
I have no idea what this is supposed to be. I know that he's from the cartoon, The Defenders of the Earth, from I think 1984, 1985. But I never, ever, ever saw the cartoon. So I have no recollection of this guy. I have nothing to go on. He's blue, he's cute, he's got a mustache, looks like he's wearing a bad Halloween wig, and he's got little antenna. I believe he's an extraterrestrial. I have no idea why he's holding that there crystal. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know anything about him. It is kind of cool that he's articulated, though. He's actually got little tiny hinges in his arms there. Is his head articulated? Oh, his head's articulated a little bit. It's on a ball peg. What the heck? It's on a little tiny ball. Oh no, I ripped his leg off. Oh no, I'm sorry, Zuffy. I'll get your leg back on. Well, the good thing about ripping his leg off is we could actually see that he's got little bulge. Oh, I ripped his other one off. Jeez, well, they don't... Okay, so we've established his legs want to fall off. What is he, a lizard? Also, his tail Oh, I ripped his leg off again. Jeez, fine. Also, his tail... His tail has articulation. Oh, my goodness. Each one of these figures comes with the exact same laser blaster as well, which you can actually stick a little blasty fire effect on the end of the pistol like that, or you can even put on a big one. Yep, that's the big one. Now the Phantom also comes with an extra hand with a hole in the knuckle, and that's so that you can put this here blast effect right there in the ring hole, like that. And also a hand that has been designed to hold his gun. It's got a trigger finger. And now on to Flash Gordon, the savior of the universe. A very, very cool looking figure. I'm telling you, these figures are the action figures I never knew I really wanted. Again, just like with the Phantom, you've got all that shading all over the red to bring out the accentuated roidiness of his body. And just like the Phantom, Flash Gordon also has a unique to the character belt. And actually, his shoulder areas have been newly tooled, so no other figure has these particular shoulder pauldrons. You might think the same thing about the torso because of these gold bits that come down like that, but these are actually a separate piece that's been fitted onto the figure. The entire collar and neck piece, that's a separate piece. I do want to point out that while both of these figures share the sleeves right here with the elastics around them, because Superman and Batman and also Green Lantern didn't come with that sculpted detail, those are newly sculpted pieces just for these figures right here. Both of these guys do share the exact same boots though. Just basic black boots. For Flash Gordon's face, that sculpt looks phenomenal. That looks really, really good. And the paint apps on him are really, really clean. So overall, although a very simple figure, just like with the Phantom, they've done a fantastic job of creating a very classic looking Flash Gordon in 7-inch action figure form. Now we've already looked at the blast effects and the pistol, and we can see here that Flash Gordon comes with an array of other hands. Really, his best accessory though is this sword. This is so cool looking. And again, I don't know anything about it. I just know cool when I see it. And this is cool looking. And now on to the villain of the series, Ming the Merciless. And I'm gonna be completely honest, I have no idea who the heck this character is. But I will say, he is probably my favorite out of the entire series so far. He is the most eye-catching, and he has the most unique to the character sculpted detail. And, I mean, he comes with a wired cape. A wired cape. This figure totally gets my D&D juices flowing. This guy looks so awesome. They've sculpted an entire sash to go around his waist with a dragon on it, and I think that's an eye. I have no idea. And it goes all the way around the back. You've got more newly tooled detail there. And then over on his wrists, his gauntlets, newly tooled gauntlets, not just painted on. He's got his green wizardly ring finger hand. And another one, by the way, that looks identical but not the same. This one's actually a trigger finger hand. And then there's the torso deco which looks really fantastic. It's not 100%. It certainly could be just a butt hair neater, but listen, I'm not going to complain. I have to really be looking for the defects to see them. I love this whole ornate, wizardly neck piece he's wearing. Again, I have no idea what the significance is of it, but frig does it ever look awesome. And this little soft rubber neck piece collar goes all the way around the back, where this fantastic satiny, shiny purple and red wired cape tucked right in up underneath here. The cool thing about this wired cape is you've got the wires down the side, and then you've also got wires down the bottom to give you maximum posability. And of course we have Ming's epically fantastic green head sculpt here. My goodness, this thing looks awesome. Look at his little hooked nose there and his big pointy ears. And I am 100% jealous of those great big bushy eyebrows. I only wish I could grow eyebrows like that. Like I said, this is my favorite figure in the entire series, and I mean, how could it not be? Now old Mingy Poo comes with this really cool looking, well painted, well crafted saber. Goodness gracious, this thing looks awesome. And everything from the pommel to the grip, the guard, the ricasso, everything just looks really, really fantastic with this. Definitely the third coolest accessory in the series, because aside from Flash Gordon's sword, this definitely takes second prize. I love this dragon head scepter staff. Oh my goodness. They have done a super fantastic bang up job on this. Now, because I know the articulation segment really is the most boring part of the video, I'm going to get through this as quick as I possibly can. They've all got a ball peg head with a really good range of motion. Shoulders on the rounded hinges. You'll notice with Flash Gordon, those shoulder pauldrons kind of tuck up on the inside. I don't want to push them too much because I don't want to scratch the paint. But even if I didn't push them up too hard, you don't quite get a full T. At least, not until you get to Ming the Merciless, who can actually pull it off. Now, you will note with these NECA figures, as with all NECA figures pretty much, that there will be some degree of paint flaking inside of those armpit hinges, those rounded hinges right there that connect the arms to the torso. Each one also comes equipped with 360 bicep swivels, double jointed elbows, and peg rounded hinge wrists. Of course, they've all got an ab crunch, down and up. They've all got a tornado waist, as well as those rounded hinges. I still don't understand why this side is smooth and this side has the little teeth there. But they all do get a pretty good range of articulative motion. Even Ming, who has that sash, that's not too bad. I mean, we know that we're not going to get super stellar articulation with these NECA figures. We just go into it knowing that. There's also articulation at the top right here, so you can move them around like that, as well as double jointed knees, rotation here at the top of the boot cut, as well as rounded hinge ankle articulation that also pivots. Oh, and toe articulation. So having popped all three of these guys out of their packaging and had a pretty close-up look at all of them, the good, the bad, and the ugly, what do I think about these guys? What do I think of... So having taken all three of these guys out of their package together and looked at them up close and checked out their accessories and articulation and the overall quality of these figures, what do I think about NECA's first three offerings with their Defenders of the Earth action figure series? Well, aside from the paint flaking that all of them have in various joints, and the fact that you absolutely must heat these figures up before you start trying to fiddle with their articulation, I think if you go into it knowing full well that these are going to be issues that you need to deal with, they're fantastic. We're probably looking at the only Phantom, Flash Gordon, and Ming the Merciless in this scale with this amount of articulation we will ever receive. So I absolutely say that if you see these guys sitting on the store shelf, these fantastically painted and sculpted renditions of these classic characters, I say pick them up, for sure. I think you're missing out on something really quite special with these guys. But anyway, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Hopefully you found this video to be an interesting, insightful, possibly even useful, entertaining waste of time. I will see you with the next one. Have yourself a fantastic day, everybody, and take care.